Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about ready to start the fourth battle, not the third. We just completed the third battle. We're going to jump into the fourth battle of the final match of the night. It was a draw in the first battle. It was a win for Simp, and now it's another win for Simp in battle number 3. It is Simp versus MOPP4. Two excellent teams that are invited. They placed very high on the invitation roster on the seed. Actually, Simp has a 2nd seed. MOPP4 has the 3rd seed. And we're going to get this match underway, or this battle underway in just a couple minutes.
For those of you that are thinking, hey, we already saw Simp earlier on, no, that's not the same Simp. They're simple tankers. And then this is the, I guess, the Simp Masterclass team. Simp
Proto team, yeah, the Masterclass team. We have Mac G, 1991, the team captain. Taram, Crimson Corsair. Saint and Sinner. Moadib, which I used to call Moddable. They make fun of me of that. Moadib. Fej, Heavy 20. Adroxus, Pub Lord, and Blue Boys Captain. That makes up the team that is Simp. This is the prime team of the whole Simp clan.
That's right.
These are the ones that have performed the most. They have the most tournament victories. And they're great guys, too. Mac G and Fej, we actually got to meet. They've come to the studio a number of times. And they're good human beings.
Very different personalities from those two. Fej, I would say, is very
dry humor.
I wouldn't say dry humor.
To describe Fej, he is amazing in every single way.
Yes.
He is also my tank soulmate.
That's perfect. And then Mac G is the opposite of that.
No, Mac G's very cool.
I'm just kidding, Mac G.
They also love Korean food. So if if they make it to Vegas, take them out to go get Korean food. They will love you forever.
Or just say, you take me out to Vegas.
Yeah, if they win, they'll take everybody out.
Yeah, they'll take everybody out. Anyway, MOPP4, on the other hand, another one of the invited teams, and also they got some really, really powerful players on their team. Conflict, obviously, the big guy that has actually given an amazing amount of support to the WGLNA and a lot of feedback.
He has. Very vocal on the forums, very, very supportive of this entire league. Also talked to him on Skype. So thank you so much, Conflict, for being a leader in the community when it comes to esports. Also, we have Bach Rocker, Plated Mega for the win, Nemesis 79, Check Monster, Talad, Captain No Pants, Pope Shizzle, Bezel, and Stagnate. Captain No Pants, you have become the MVP already.
There's only one way to game, and that is with no pants.
I have no pants on right now.
I know. It's great. I look forward again to seeing these two teams battle it out because these top 16 are the declared best of the best when it comes to North America so far that we've seen. But these guys are the best of the invited team, at least the top 4. Yeah, the 2nd and the 3rd seed.
Well, I would even say they're top 10 world. I'm going to make that statement.
You could say that.
It's a cool statement to make.
You listening, Navi? You listening?
Not denying.
I'm not denying. I fully support.
All right, well, we are going over to Himmelsdorf for our 4th battle. These players obviously have a lot of time still, a minute and 20 seconds until we actually see them start to pick their tanks. We don't have anything just yet.
No.
But obviously this is match point right now. So
for Simp, if they win this, it'll be match point for them.
Correct. So obviously they're looking really strong. They have a lot of confidence. How are they going to go about it? They have they can basically play like the Cazadores right now and be super, super bold, do whatever they want, knowing that they have a lot of leeway behind them.
Rukil, you are a member of Team Simp.
Yes, I was.
You know them better than anyone else that I know.
Oh. I'm sorry. Just kidding.
The pressure, the mentality, moving into this match, you're up 2-0. Are you going to try something different? Just try a new strategy to surprise your enemy? Or are you going to play completely standard?
You know, it depends on certain members of the team. There is this kind of hive mind that happens when everyone's in the same direction. They want to win. They want to just roll over their enemy. It depends on how confident they feel about MOPP4. If they feel like, yeah, we can roll over these guys, no problem, they'll do something aggressive that could be considered a little bit too risky if you weren't already up 2-0.
It kind of reminds me of like throwing in a 2nd or 3rd string on a football team. If you're up, 4 or 5 touchdowns, like I want you guys to get experience on the field. Here you go, do your best. And even the losing team will try to do that as well to build up their team. I think maybe build up strategies to try.
Would we ever see 7 Tier 6 Tog 2s?
If they felt so confident that they could just roll over them with even that, I bet they'd do it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, well, the countdown has begun.
Definitely find out. Let's go ahead and look at the tank selection. AMX 50-100s, 2 of them, and a single IS-3 and 2 T-69s over on the side of Simp. That is Team 1 on the left side. The right side, we have 2 AMX 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a T-69. So they're obviously trading out the IS-3 for the T-69. We'll see if that autoloader comes into play as we go into our 4th battle of match number 5.
Beautiful camera work once again. Shout out to all of our production team for a great inaugural broadcast of Season 1 League play. And now we are seeing a huge push from MOPP4 from the north to the south, and for Simp from the east to, or from the west to the east. Rookil, your thoughts?
Yep, it's an interesting split out of Simp here. They're leaving 2 heavy tanks all by themselves while they send some tanks up the hill. They're assuming meta, except nope, that is a turnaround I just saw right there. They have spotted the
everyone.
Everyone. MOPP4 is spotted, so the cover is blown.
Yes, it is, and Moadib is going to go ahead and still live. I can't believe he lived.
He's making the best of it right now, but Check's probably going to shoot under the trainer in between right now.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No.
There it was.
Oh,
there goes Moadib, a.k.a. Moddable. First death from Check Monster.
Yes.
In the IS-3.
We still call him Moddable sometimes.
I know, you do. That,
just because of you.
Let's be honest, it's going to be the easiest sponsor for Audible.com. Can we just say that?
That's true. That's true.
But we can see Simp is preparing for some sort of defense of a cap. And they are starting to spread out a little bit. Look at this, going up Tank Alley, Mac G. He does whatever he wants.
MOPP4 still continuing their spread. They still have one of their heavy tanks back.
They're going for a counter cap.
They are going for a counter cap. And now Mac G pushing that frontal position now in that T1. To the right, in the B0 section, you still have one of the light tanks that can spot that type of pushing movement, but they still are able to spot one of the heavy tanks on the side of MOPP4, noting that they are moving to the north side. Now moving back, Simp all over the place. Is MOPP4 reacting to Simp, or is Simp reacting to MOPP4?
I think just a crazy shuffle right
now.
Yeah,
they're both indecisive of where each other are going to go, and they're trying to mind game each other, right?
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to go back and forth. They're like, all right, we know they're here. They know we're here. So let's do this, and they'll do that, and it's going to be back and forth, and no one's going to know where everyone ends up and why, because
it is a dynamic engagement at this time.
Right.
But Simp has taken the G line, and they could push further to the west and maybe get a surround on MOPP4 from the southern flank in the southern position. No one is taking the castle. No one is taking the hill. We've hardly seen any hill play today, and usually we see a lot of either mediums moving up to that area.
Because Casadores went up through the center instead.
That's true. That's
the only reason why we haven't seen hill play. No, but seriously, yeah, it is kind of crazy that we don't see that mind game going on at the hill. But of course, I definitely like what we're seeing out of this game in particular. So what do you do if you are MOPP4? And you're obviously down 2-0, but you have that tier 1 advantage point. How are you going to use that extra T1 to your advantage right now, Rookil?
Yeah, so that extra T1 means a little bit of vision. It also means you can group your T1s up so they can 2v1 another T1 that you know is going to be somewhere. I don't think they've seen where Simp's other T1 is, but until Mac G goes down in his T1, you won't be seeing any huge advantage. You'll see a little bit right now, but it's not so big yet, especially with the way these teams are constantly fluctuating. I mean, we see that MOPP4 has taken up the most traditional camping spot on Himmelsdorf. You've got this is the most solid one I've ever seen, and it is right up here in the top, in the northwest on, if you take a look at my screen, the northwest part of the screen. MOPP4 is set up perfectly for anything. They're ready for the base cap. They're ready for a push from the south.
Sure.
Their only blind spot, and it is very small, is an approach down the D line. As you see on my screen, there's one blind spot. Bachrucker could catch it, but look at the distance. There's only about 100 meters between the time when you spot the enemy making that approach and when the engagement happens. So you have this very little window to react, get all your guns on target, get everyone in position.
Well, we don't have anything remotely like that. Heavy 20 is going to find Nemesis and even up the T1 score right now, 1-1 apiece. So that is a pretty big tell. Heavy 20 is spotted, obviously, on the hill. That could be a trigger for the rest of the team to actually move out. But unfortunately, as you were talking about, because MOPP4 is all in the northwest position, they can't really use this fact. Oh, and he gets the second T1. Really nicely done. And on top of that, Heavy 20 was able to kind of shroud the other two Tier 8s behind him.
They did not get spotted. All I saw was Heavy 20. So there are 2 Tier 8s up behind him.
Yes, it is an AMX 50-100 played by Blue Boy's captain.
And then the Crimson Corsair.
And Crimson Corsair on that other T69. So obviously 3 Tier 8s on top of that hill, but look at this big push.
That pulled the trigger for MOPP4 once that T1 went down.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Checkmaster leads the way, but trailing way behind Bachrocker and Captain No Pants are 200, almost 300 meters behind their allies now. That, if an engagement happens, they could see an uneven trade, but I'm guessing Simp is still on the hill at this point.
Yes, they are. Yeah. All 3 of them are still on the hill. 2 T69s and AMX 50-100. MacG not really in the best place to see this coming, and it's kind of interesting his positioning. Kind of really doesn't see that much, but now we get to scout out. 2 IS-3s are going to be spotted over here. Red base is under attack.
Your Holiness Pope Shizzle and Check Monster both in IS-3s right behind the huge church. So the only approach that will be able to take them down is a direct one or a flanking fire that will be completely covered by the remaining heavy tanks that are in the J3 position. Simp is going to have to scramble to take this down. 2 tanks are on the capture point, 28 seconds left on the clock. None of the MOPP4 tanks are going to actually move in to try to get a third one. They're going to keep it with the 2. And now Simp is trying to move in as fast as they can. They simply need to land 1 shot in one of those IS-3s in order to reset the counter down to what of those specific tank is added to the counter. 13 seconds left.
There we go.
Adroxus gets the hit, resets, 40% down, 28 seconds left on the capture clock. Adroxus could move in again for another hit. No fire was able to puncture his IS-3.
Nice reverse angling, but still going to get a hit here. He uses a repair kit, and it looks like he is going to be shut again, but still resetting again, 20 seconds. And right now, Simp is wondering where the heck are all the other tanks?
Yeah, they're wondering that itself, but here they come just around the corner. Endo, Satan Sinner, AMX 50-100 is taking some brutal hits. He goes down. Captain No Pants gets a kill on Endo. Heavy 20, however, takes down Pope Shizzle, the IS-3. Resets the capture one more time. Yep. Check Monster getting completely surrounded by Simp. They take him down. 3 tanks still left alive for MOPP4 as Simp still has 5. 4 of them are Tier 8 tanks, and they're going to completely deal more damage through this corridor. Crimson Corsair, Heavy 20, Adroxus lining up the shots against Bladed Mega for the win. However, Rocker in the T69 tries to get the surround against Heavy 20.
Misses the first shot in his T69. AMX 50-100 will charge, and oh, so unfortunate. He didn't have to charge there. He lost a lot of hit points. Because of that, he will go down. I love the multitasking. While all this happening, MacG is actually going for the cap, obviously, just as a precaution and insurance, but he doesn't need it. Down goes the last tank, and Simp will take the final battle in this match.
That's right. Quarterback is toast. Simp is able to get the surround on those IS-3s in that capture point. I was a little bit hesitant to actually try to call the game because there was some very good fire between the 2 teams. But Simp got the surround when necessary. They continued puncturing that IS-3, and because of that, the capture did not take place. And they won 3-0 with the draw happening in the first battle. Congratulations to Simp. Also to MOPP4. It's not the last time we're going to see MOPP4, as we're going to see all the games for them against their opponents in Group B.
But for that last battle, I feel like MOPP4, it's either you go big or go home. Don't try to cap and then have isolated spots. I understand what they were trying to do because they were anticipating some sort of big flank coming around. But when it comes down to it, they were trying to flank the flank. Does that make sense?
Yeah, they had the T69 and the 250-100s waiting. They were waiting, and they were waiting for something to trigger them, which would have been Simp moving onto the cap into the open where they would have exposed their flanks in order to get their shots, but the IS-3 came in first, and that really kind of they didn't account for that as well as they could have, and so those 5100s and T69 sat there waiting a little longer while some damage got traded around. It wasn't in anyone's favor, but it did slow the cap down enough for those Simp tanks to get back off the hill. I wouldn't have said they would have actually been able to win. I thought Simp was going to lose just by getting capped out, but I mean, just a little bit.
And I have to say, a lot of it came down to, in my opinion, not having any more T1s to actually have that type of cap. I understand having the 2 T1s over on that hill, but I feel like if you're up a T1 already, there's no need to try to get a bigger scout advantage like that.
Yep.
Maintain your T1s, have that utility of, you know, being aggressive and obviously being able to cap your opponents with that extra tank on cap, and then we could have had a very, very different game. It kind of gives them more options to explore. I'm talking about for MOPP4. Unfortunately, they lose 2 T1s to a single T69. All of a sudden, they don't have the same capabilities, that same speed, or the same almost pressure that you're putting on your opponent.
But at least they executed. They pulled that trigger once they had that information. Hey, they're on the hill. I would rather see them do that than wait it out and go to the next match.
Yeah, it was a good move. Just if they'd put T1s on the cap with them, that could have been what they needed to win.
Yeah, because all of a sudden, those T1s can hide behind the IS-3s, obviously provide a lot of cover, and then you can defend and just throw your AMX 5100 and your T69s at your opponents, knowing that they're just cannon fodder because I'm going to win in 20 seconds.
That's right. All right, congratulations to all of our teams. We're going to take a very quick commercial break. We come back, we're going to wrap up the day, show who won on the leaderboards for the betting, also give away some stuff via Twitter and Facebook. Don't go anywhere, folks. Our wrap-up show is almost upon us, where we get to give away a bunch of free stuff.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
That's what people wait around for. All right, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've had an incredible day 1 of League play for Season 1 of World of Tanks, and it has been a blast to show off some of these different teams. I want to remind everybody, one of the most important things about this league is that, yes, it is online. We have some great players participating, but we want you to be included in the live finals happening August 17th and 18th in Las Vegas. It is going to be a huge event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's at Treasure Island, one of the best areas to be in Las Vegas, in my opinion. So people have told me, because I haven't been there yet. We want to show you one more time our awesome highlight video, what the finals are going to be about. Let's go ahead and take a look.
Oh, have I been working out?
Are you ready?
Welcome to the Wargaming.net League North America World of Tanks.
Oh my God!
It is time for North America to answer the call of esports. This could be it. 5 seconds left to go.
Oh,
no, they got it at the last second. An amazing play.
This is just a taste of what's to come.
He's trying to turn it around.
Big shots going down all over the place.
Oh my God.
All right, man. I'm so excited for that. $100,000 prize pool and prizes for all the people that are going to be there. They're going to be giving away. It's going to be a great, great time.
Yep.
Really looking forward to it. And also, always, man, as much as I love watching live competitions on Twitch, it's so much fun going to an in-person competition. It is a blast. Rookil, you've been to a number of them. You went to South by Southwest. You went to MLG recently. You had a great time.
Yep.
And next month, we're going to have the Tank Finals for Season 1.
I'm excited.
It's going to be great. All right, well, we also want to reveal who are the leaders of the bot board, the bot leaderboard, for the people that were able to bet in our chat. Right now, it's Marbaka, Artie is hard, Fosta Kid.
And look at Whiskey Dodd.
Whiskey Dodd. Shout out to Whiskey Dodd. Silent Demise, Excellence First.
Snipe for food?
Yep. He's from one of the Havoc. He's from the Havoc team.
Oh my
Havoc.
goodness.
Son of Hail. Wait a second. Are they fixing it? No, they can't be fixing it. All right. So, again, if you want to participate, all you have to do is watch us and participate in chat. Let's go over tonight. The people that won. Fulcrum defeated Turtle Police. Simple Tinkers took out Bear Huggers. River of Blood defeated Refuse to Die. And Scurry Hard took down Cazadores in a long, drawn-out match, but it was great. And then Simp took down MOPP4 3-0. Let's take a look at tomorrow's matches. They are Simplistic versus Nerve, Cunningham's versus EC, Fulcrum versus Bear Huggers, Turtle Police versus Simple Tankers, and Strike versus Wreak Havoc. That begins tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 1700 for military time right here in good old Southern California. We also have some gold to give away. We'll have some people on Twitter give out some things to some people that have been following us. Also on Facebook, it's 2,000 gold plus
a week free of premium.
Of free premium.
Yeah, definitely go ahead and stay active with us. Be in the conversation. Join us. You can do that by going to our YouTube, our Twitter, and our Facebook, all WGLNA. Definitely do so. And also, you know, tweet at us. Feedback is awesome. Obviously, what you guys like the most, what tanks you like the most. what profile you want to see the most. We'll get all of them to you guys, and also we'll get you a little bit of gold.
Yeah, we're actually going to pick a live winner here in just a little bit from Twitter to show you guys that, hey, we want to interact with you as well. And if you like what you see, let us know. And if there's anything else that you want to see, just let us know. We're here to improve this broadcast because we want to make the best show possible for all of our fans and for the players themselves. The other thing, too, I want to mention is that World of Tanks is a free-to-play game. And when it entered open beta, a lot of people were really, really happy about this type of armored warfare and this type of PvP-centric mentality of playing a game online.
I have to say, it's one of the cooler first-person / third-person shooters that I've seen. It's kind of like a very different category than even the person shooter. But when I looked at it, I was like, I didn't know for sure. Then I realized the math behind it. And then I realized the strategy behind it. And it's not just what are your reflexes, how fast can you move like a joystick around. It is how well you can strategize not only your team, but also yourself. Like, one person can make a huge difference in a team of 7. You can carry, and you can also be the reason why your team lost. That's why I really feel like the influence of one single person can be so drastic. And to me, that's really cool because, of course, I'm a glory hog. I love to take all the glory, eat it all up, and then pretty much be the most arrogant person you've ever met before. Just kidding.
All right. Well, looks like we actually have a question from somebody on Twitter. Let's go ahead and go to it. It is Kyle. Why isn't there any tank destroyers or SPGs in the games? Well, we talked about that a little bit. Rookhill, I want you to answer this.
Yeah, so SPGs are rarely seen on city maps. So you know, on Ensk, you don't see many RDs unless a team plays the east side. You won't see RDs on Himmelsdorf ever. That's ever. And after the recent patch, a lot of RD players aren't as confident with an RD piece. One, because it has very little health. It can't take more than 1 or 2 hits. 2 hits, if ever. Usually 1 for most RD that you bring, that kind of stuff. So not many RD. TDs, just, I think more tradition we don't see TDs. We don't have any, there's not many great TD players. No one is a TD specialist out of 1 or 2 or 3 guys in the actual league.
We do see it occasionally, but it's very rare. Anyways, Kyle, thank you so much for your question. We're going to be sending you some gold and a week's worth of premium. Make sure to check your direct messages. And thanks so much for watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just that easy. Just be part of the conversation. We'll definitely recognize that and reward you accordingly.
That's right.
That being said, let's talk about the finals.
Again, man, August 17th and 18th. It is free admission. You do not have to purchase a ticket to enter into the finals. All you have to do is physically get there in Las Vegas. August 17th and 18th, beginning about 12 o'clock noon each day. It is at Treasure Island in Las Vegas. You can't miss it. If you don't know where it's at, Google it. Use Google Maps. Get directions on how to get there.
It's going to be such a fantastic time. I can't wait to have this happen, and it's important to note that this wouldn't be able to happen without our lovely sponsors.
That's right. Sponsors are Logitech. Thank you so much for giving us those webcams to give out to the different commanders of the different teams to show us their pretty faces during the face-off. Yeah. Also, Alienware and Azo, and they have their monitors available on Amazon.com in different models, so make sure to check that out. And also Kingston HyperX. Thank you so much to our sponsors to making this show possible.
Most of these companies are actually powering the studio right here, and without them, this whole broadcast wouldn't be possible. So I really, really appreciate all those sponsors out there. Definitely check them out on their associated websites. And, of course, Amazon.com.
Yep, check out their awesome products because they make esports technology actually function, and we need technology for all this stuff
technology
to work.
is good.
That's right. All right. So on behalf of everyone here at the studio in Rancho Cucamonga, for Rookhill, Greetorp, and myself, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night at 5 o'clock Pacific time for day number 2. Good night and good game.